Oh gosh, Catherine. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is doing okay and everyone is doing well. Another day, another Love Island review. Another Love Island review. Because guys, I don't even know what to say at this point, but as I usually and always say, number one, if you haven't yet subscribed, be sure to subscribe and definitely join the family. Also be sure to follow me on my Instagram and also on my Twitter at SarahDestinyX. And number three, please get cozy and comfy with a lovely drink. Once again today I have a lemon, ginger and apple juice. Delish. All right, you need to try it if you haven't already. But yeah guys, a lot for us to actually talk about because why? I don't know. But anyway, let's get into today's review. So let's start off with Molly walking off from the whole, you know, Zach combo that she had. If you haven't watched yesterday's review, please go and watch it. My views still stand. I honestly feel like Molly coming back into the Love Island villa was a very useless plot twist. I am so sorry. I know the producers have been trying. They've been giving us good scenes, good content, good episodes, but I just don't know, okay? And this is also a side note, because someone was in my comments, I think yesterday or the day before, like, oh, Sarah, you're so biased towards Molly. It's my review. I say what I want. So yeah, I said what I said. I don't feel like her presence back in the villa made any sense. If you feel like it makes sense, guys, please let me know down below. But I just, I don't understand. So of course, let's move on to Mitch talking to Abby. And of course, he was gisting them about the situation with Molly and Zach, absolutely screaming. The way Mitch knows so much about Molly and Zach's situation actually makes me laugh. But he was just giving her, you know, a lowdown of everything that happened and took place between them. Sorry, I'm twisting my words for some reason. And then of course, he asked her for her type and she said, the tall, dark and handsome. I've been telling you guys, Love Island's version of tall, dark and handsome is not my version of tall, dark and handsome. When I think of tall, dark and handsome, I'm talking tall, dark and chocolate, okay? You guys are telling me tall, dark and handsome is tanned with brown hair. Let's be for real. Okay, let's be so serious. But of course they were speaking about kids and dogs, and I think she's from a very, you know, like affluent family and things. Just a lot was going on. But I would say, number one, the conversation went on for quite a while, but also number two, Abby is very smart. We know that Mitch is kind of, yeah, he is actually, he's the only single guy in the villa. So yeah, very smart for her to go for him. And they seem to get on quite well as well. So I 100% know that he is going to recouple up with her. Now let's move on to Tyrique talking to Gabby, and he was speaking about, you know, what does she do for a living? She was like, she's a stylist. And then he was cracking jokes like, oh, like, make sure you impress me today. And she was like, oh, if you want me to 12 you, I'll 12 for you. Which lets me know, number one, someone told me that the Casa more people can't watch the episodes, but now I know that they do. But Tyrique pretty much turned the 12 away. I'm thinking, wow, it's the growth for me, okay? Tyrique is really growing. And I actually don't see Tyrique recoupling, guys. I'll be honest with you, I don't see it happening. So well, let's see. Of course, Sammy then ended up talking to Gabby, and Sammy told us that he's 22. I was so shocked. I don't know why I thought Sammy was so much older. He looks way older than 22. I'm so sorry, he really does. But he was saying that his type is dark and brunette, aka not Jess. And I've been telling you guys this, and a lot of you picked up on this as well. You know, Sammy has said so many interesting things about Jess, and it's let us know that he isn't that interested in her. So him, you know, him confirming that his type isn't what Jess is, definitely said a lot. Now let's move on to Molly, Tyrique and Abby talking. Guys, I was screaming. Now Tyrique, as wayward as he is, he's actually my favourite character. Why is he actually so funny? I don't understand. So of course all three of them are talking, and then literally Tyrique comes, just says, yeah, like, what are you doing here? And then she's just like, I just feel like, you know, me and him just really need to talk. Like, I just feel like there's unfinished. He just said, alright, cool, yeah. Anyways, I said, God, Tyrique actually makes me laugh. And you know what's so funny? People have already been saying that Tyrique didn't really care for Molly's return, and I won't be surprised. I don't think any of them do. But no, he literally nipped that in the bud, like, okay, cool, you're done. All right, next, and started moving to Abby. So that was actually hilarious for me, because he even ended up tapping her leg as well. I'm sorry, was definitely screaming. Of course, we'll now jump into Casa. So Elom, sorry, I keep saying Elom. Elom and Catherine were talking about kids. The conversation wasn't long before they ended up getting a text that it was time for the Raunchy race challenge between Casa and the villa. And they always do this challenge every time Casa was about. So we'll get into, you know, some of the things and also some of the winners. So starting off with the Islanders having to act out a very interesting position with the opposite sex. Villa ended up winning. Tallest girl was to lick the guy that she fancies the most. Ella ended up licking Ouzy, and Gabby ended up licking Scott. Molly was then like to Gabby, Abby, oh, like, do you really like, in the midst of everyone, by the way, do you really like him, or did you just kiss him because he's close to you? And she was just like, oh, it's a bit of both. It's given journalists. I don't know why she's asking these questions. And it was so funny. Someone actually commented on, I think yesterday's video, that they feel like Molly being part of Casa more kind of sucks the fun away from it. And I also said this in my review as well. But it's kind of true, because at the end of the day, she knows the girls in Casa. So even if the guys decide to move mad, sis is CCTV. She will report you in a heartbeat. So that was that. Casa ended up winning. And of course, Tyrique already put 2 and 2 together that Ella's the tallest girl. Guy with the most tattoos was to kiss, I think, the girl he fancied the most, and Ella automatically knew it was Ty, but Tyrique ended up kissing Amber, and Catherine ended up kissing Elom, and the main villain ended up winning there. And then the girl whose name was the last in the alphabet, guys, when I told you that this is Whitney's villa and everyone is living in it, I actually mean it, okay? So the second though, like, the girl with the last name, she was like, yeah, that's me. She ended up having to twerk. And sis gave. I love Whitney, guys. I genuinely feel like Whitney is herself, and that's what makes it very enjoyable just watching her. But she delivered, and Casa won because why not? Of course, next one was brunette boy to kiss a blonde girl. Zach ended up kissing Jess, and Mitch ended up kissing Abby, and Casa won. And then one girl, this was the last one, by the way, which was disgusting, but one boy had to suck all the toes of the girl that he fancied the most. Sammy ended up sucking the girl's toes, and in Casa, I think it was Cody, ended up sucking Jess's toes or something. Ew. I don't know. I know some people have fetishes around toes. I know we're all different people, but nah, I can't. And you know it's hot there as well, so what if they're sweating in between their toes? I don't know. But anyway, overall, the main villa ended up winning, and they won a party, which was kind of interesting because I feel like they have parties every single night. But anyway, that's that. So let's move on to the night time. We'll briefly speak about some conversations before we actually get into the nitty gritty. So starting off with the girls are getting ready, and Molly was talking about Montel and how, you know, when they done the first challenge, when they had to get in an interesting position, Tink ended up getting on top of, I think it was Montel. It was Montel, sorry. And guys, I won't even lie, the way Montel even looked, like the second that challenge was done, it's like he even pushed her off him. Okay? So when it was just like, oh, by the way, I can tell Montel likes you, like when you were twerking, he was probably looking back at it. I was thinking, babe, the guy does, I don't know, because we ended up getting a sneak preview and it's looking like something happens, okay? But yeah, I don't know what lands. I don't know in what land they saw that, but that's not what I saw. So of course, Mitch and Abby talking, once again, good conversation between them. I think they both balance each other out and they bounce off each other with their conversations. And like I said, she's smart for going with the single guy because, of course, that is her ticket into the villa. Now, Tink and Sammy also talking about their star signs. I found out that Sammy is born in May like me. How irritating. Okay, but of course they also agreed that she was going to sleep in his bed that night. Tyrique and Amber having a conversation. Guys, I know, like, I'm not really trying to, because everyone is, I know if you're not 19 yet, I pray you'll be 19, and if you have been 19, we thank God for long life. But I don't know, I just feel like she seems really young in this villa. I can't explain it. But of course they were having a conversation. Tyrique was speaking with her, and she was initially saying, you know, like talking about your situation, and he was just like, yeah, I'm close off, but yeah, anyway, I don't want to talk about it. Like, he literally said, yeah, don't bring up my girl when I'm talking to you. What's your manners? Okay. But of course they were just flirting, and then she actually did say that her dad is, or was, sorry, a Chelsea football player by the name of Dennis Wise. I've actually never heard of him, but apparently he's quite popular. So another nepo baby inside the villa. But yeah, I don't know, I just get really, really, really young vibes from her, and I don't seem to understand why. Anyway, let's move on to Zach and Molly. They were now having a conversation, and Zach was pretty much saying, you know, I want to get to know you again, like I want us to take it slow, I want us to do it right, blah blah blah. Molly was like, oh yeah, like you need to grasp, like you need to do your best, you need to try and get me back. Zach now wanted to kiss her. She didn't want to kiss him. She said you have to work for it, and then he ended up kissing her cheek. This is the second, is it, or even the third time that Zach's kiss has been rejected. Eee, shame. But anyway, I didn't really have much to say about it other than, like, I know for a fact the producers aren't going to free us from this storyline because we know Molly still likes him. But my thing is, he didn't leave the villa when she left. Okay, let's just put 2 and 2 together. He didn't leave the villa when she left because he didn't feel the need to leave the villa. So you decided to leave the villa and wait for him on the outside, was given an opportunity to come back into the villa, and now you want to rekindle unfinished business, when if he wanted to really leave with you, he would have. So I'm just kind of over the whole storyline, I'll be very honest with you. I still don't know why they brought her back in, and yeah, because we're watching them fight for this love again. I don't understand. I'm so sorry. Anyway, let's be back to Casa. Bobby Pins and Katie were talking, and she was like, you know, I feel like you're my type. From his body language, 100%, Bobby Pins is not interested in Katie, and that's that. We don't even need to we don't need to dwell on that any further. Catherine and Elom having a conversation. He was saying he broke up with his girl around 9/10 months ago. She was saying she hasn't been in a relationship because of commitment, and he was like, he likes how things are going. Guys, I cringe when guys bite their lips, because it's giving like a Trey Songz wannabe. I can't explain it. When guys bite their lip, I can't even do it for you guys, because I'll cringe myself whilst I'm editing this video. Guys, I cringe. Elon was there biting his lip. Oh God. Guys, nah. I'm sorry. Now let's move on to Leah and Locum having a chat. I do feel like Locum was really trying to grow out. He was like, you're beautiful. I love what you're wearing. Wow, you look stunning. She was like, yeah, I like your trousers. He was like, yeah, I like the black dress. It was a lot. I think he even said something like, I can just tell you have a good heart. I was thinking, oh, honey. But yeah, I guess they had like a decent-ish chat, but it was just giving a bit beggy to me. I'm sorry. I know everyone needs to grow up to get into the main villa, but it was just giving a bit, it was going a bit much. I'm sorry. Of course, Cody was talking to Jess, and she was like, you know, on a night out, you'll 100% be my type. I know we all have certain types, but Jess's type seemed to be so interesting, because even Cody low-key has a fringe, but instead of his fringe being the middle part, his fringe goes like that. I can't explain it. But of course they ended up agreeing to share a bed. Now back at the main villa, Scott and Gabby were talking about relationships and situationships, and Scott was saying that, you know, Gabby is the only person who could potentially turn his head, but obviously things are really good with Catherine. And of course she asked if she can sleep in his bed. At first glance, guys, I don't know if Scott is going to recouple. Gabby's a gorgeous girl, by the way. I defo hear it. Do you know what's funny? My friend Fiona tweeted, like, does Scott not know this is black on black crime? Do you not know? But right now, at first glance, I don't see Scott turning his head, but I could see it potentially happening for Gabby, because she seems to be a flirt and he seems to like the flirt as well. But he does keep saying, you know, I do like Catherine, things are going well with Catherine. So it'll be really interesting to see the development there, if anything does happen. Now let's move on to Amber and Sammy talking. He said that him and Jess have had a really bumpy road, and they never had a chance to really talk things out and smooth things out. Amber, she smells like Sammy, all teeth on show. Okay. She's a bit awkward with it as well. It's almost like Ma was back in the villa. She's a bit awkward, but of course she asked if she can sleep in his bed, and that was quite awkward as well, because of course Tink and, was it Tink? I think it's Tink. I hope it's Tink. But in the beginning, someone else really asked to sleep in his bed, so that was that. Now let's move on to Whitney and Logan talking, and he said that, you know, his type isn't about looks, it's all about vibes. And Whitney was like, do you want a baddie or do you want a lady? Guys, I told you I stand Whitney on this channel. It's never going to change. It's never going to change. This is a Whitney stan account. I stand that girl so bad. But honestly, she did say she wants to see where things go. And Whitney was looking stunning, by the way. The bundles were given, the makeup, that look. I just love her so much. She's a good vibes type of babe, and I know everyone in the villa definitely feels her energy. And we're at home and we feel her energy, so that must say a lot. Now let's move on to Ella and Bobby Pins talking. So she asked, you know, if he would go after her, and he said, yeah, he will. And then she was like, you know, I haven't really been open. I have already said, you know, I'm quite close off with Ty, so I never expected someone to come to this villa and blah, blah, blah. The producers really ate with bringing Bobby Pins in, because of course Bobby Pins knows Ella, and potentially, sorry, he may be the only person who can cause her to turn her head. But after that, she went to speak with the girls and let them know that she thinks things are a bit confusing, because she definitely has feelings for Ty. And like I said, I definitely don't see Ty recoupling with any of the other girls in the main villa. Let me not speak too much, because anything can change. But right now, I don't see him coupling up with any of the Casa or more girls. Now let's move on to the nighttime. Gabby said that Scott is her #1. Catherine and Scott have really fallen my hands. I really liked them together, and let me not write them off completely, because they can still come back, but Gabby looks like she's going to flirt her way into Scott's heart. And yeah, Mitch said that he's going in for the kiss with Abby, and Ty said he's missing Ella heavy, which once again reinforces what I said. I don't see Ty recoupling at all. Now let's move back to Casa more. Ben asked Katie if he can share a bed with her. She looks a bit startled, and I'm not surprised, because we haven't even heard him speak, but she was just like, oh, okay. type of situ. And Ella and Ouzy were cuddling in bed. Did I say Ouzy? Bobby pins. Ella and Bobby pins were cuddling in bed, and they looked quite cute. Anyway, let's move on to the morning time as we begin to close up this review. So Mitch and Abby had a kiss. They were speaking about it to everyone in the villa. Ty said that there was an invisible line that he didn't cross. I think Ty slept with Amber, if I'm correct. I don't remember, but that was actually quite funny. And once again, like I said, reinforces what I said, that I don't see Ty recoupling. Now move on to Casa and then the villa morning chat. So starting with Casa, Jess and Cody had a little spoon. She didn't think it was that deep. The girls were definitely trying to hype up, and she was just like, oh, do you think it's that serious? I don't know. I don't see it as that serious. Ella said that she was shocked about bobby pins, but she really likes Ty, but she needs to be careful and put herself first, because Ty, she said a very valid point, and she said that Ty is only careful when she's around in the villa. The fact that she isn't there, he can be doing whatever, and that's a very valid point. It's a shame because low-key Ty is actually behaving himself, but he has honestly just kind of set this framework and foundation for her to believe that based on the things that he's wanted to say. I mean, this is a guy that fully told her to her face that he wants to go back to the streets. Why on earth would I trust you when I'm not with you? Okay. Of course, Katie was saying that Ben was cool, but she doesn't feel the need to rip off his clothes. I always find it so interesting when people say that, like, oh, I just don't feel the need to rip off their clothes, because I don't want to rip anyone's clothes. Okay. Whitney said, of course, that she's taking it slow, and the girls are like, don't worry, sis, we know that you're a slow burner. It took you 3 weeks to get to the point where you were at comfortably with Medi, so very understandable. And Catherine said that she thought that many times where her and Elom have had a conversation that they were actually going to kiss. She did actually say something, and I actually tweeted this as well, and she basically said that, what did she say again? Scott cares a lot about what people think. The line confused me a bit, because I was just like, babe, he's been defending you when people are speaking about you guys. Like, I don't seem to understand. But someone did comment on my Twitter post as well that, you know, maybe it's down to the producers editing, because from what I've seen the complete opposite, i.e. I've seen Catherine care more about what people think than Scott does. But maybe it's just due to editing and things like that, which is why she said that. Now, back to the villa chat. Sammy said that Jess is still his top #1, so very interesting. Mitch gave a speech about how much he likes Abby and the fact that they had a really good kiss. Tyrique said he misses Ella, but because he's the only one that's closed off, his situation is different to everyone else's. And Zach said that Molly is back, and now that she's back, it's time for him to focus on Molly. Another storyline I just didn't care about. Now, let's go back to Villa. Oh, not Villa, sorry, Casa. Look at me, I'm even stumbling my words. Catherine, you're falling in my hands. But you guys know, I'll be honest with you, good or bad, we have to support our sisters, innit? So, bro, Catherine is still... yeah, I still have to support sis. Even when I'm not happy with her actions, I still have to support her. And this is another side note as well, right? I have a few trolls that come on my videos here and there. You'll probably realise that you can't come on my videos anymore because I block you from viewing any videos on my channel. But someone was like, oh, I hate how much Sarah is so biased towards black people, always supporting her own. Well, duh. Like, duh. Do I even need to spell that out for you? I'm not even going to bother, but I'm just here to let you know you need to really think before commenting those things on these videos, because it ain't making no sense. Now, of course, Catherine and Elom are having a convo. He ended up making her breakfast. I believe it was orange juice and like a bowl of fruits or something like that. And then they went to go and talk about their night and how much they enjoyed their cuddles. Of course, he told her that she should come over for a massage later, and then they fed each other cherries. And then they leant in for a eat, because I'm not even going to call that a kiss. The mouth was here, the mouth was here, the mouth was here, the mouth was here. Oh gosh, Catherine. Guys, I don't even know, like, I'm glad that sis is enjoying the Casa experience, but there's something about Elom that doesn't give for me, and I don't know what it is. Something, I don't know what it is. And I see what you guys be tweeting. I ain't gonna repeat what I be seeing, but something just doesn't give for me with Elom. I cannot lie, and I just wish her and Scott decided to just stay together, because I don't know. But of course, you guys know we got a little glimpse of tomorrow night, starting off with Sammy kissing Amber. Hello. Montel kissing Tink. Hello. Ella and Ouzy speaking about not wanting a guy that is for everyone, which I understand, because Tyrique has, it's a shame, because as much as he's been so serious, all of his actions beforehand is what Ella is playing in her mind to help her make a decision if she wants to go back to him or not. But guys, I'll be very honest with you. You guys know I definitely try to spice up the episodes in these reviews just so that they're a bit more enjoyable for you to watch and also for me to record. But for me, I don't know why Casa More doesn't feel like it's given this season. I don't know. I don't know if it's because a certain someone is back. I don't know if it's because of the cast. I don't know, but let's see. You know, it's early days, so let's definitely see how things go. But yeah, guys, once again, we'd love to know what you guys actually thought of tonight's episode. As always, please be sure to comment down below and let me know your thoughts. If you haven't yet subscribed, be sure to subscribe and definitely join the family. But other than that, I thank you guys so much for watching. Please do take care, stay blessed, have a lovely evening, and I shall see you tomorrow. Bye.